Who doesn't remember those times where you paid one time for the video game, you had the video game forever, and anything of microtransactions, no advertisements, you just paid for the game, and now you were in equal conditions to the rest of the players. But now this has changed. Now video games are mostly free, but are flooded with microtransactions, and the only objective of organizations is to get you to buy, giving you advantage over other players, making you feel frustrated, like inferior if you don't purchase. This obviously has caused a massive change in the design of video games. Now, instead of being fun, they are designed to be addictive. Click here to watch a video about fun and addiction in video games. However, today we are going to talk about psychology, how they get these organizations to buy microtransactions, why we feel we need to purchase these items. Well, let's get started. As I mentioned before, the way organizations are now making video games has changed massively. Now they invest millions and millions of dollars on studying the psychology of our brains to see how they can get players to buy the microtransactions. And today I'm going to talk about some of these tactics they use to get money out of us. The first strategy they use is that at the start there are lots of elements, lots of things happening. They're constantly flooding your brains with novelty, and they give you rewards, more rewards, and even more rewards. It seems like the paradise of rewards. At the start of the game, for new players, they look for ways to invade your brain with dopamine, make you feel good, pleasurable. However, once you have reached certain stage, progression slows down massively. Now, the game starts to feel repetitive, and you crave that dopamine feeling that the game gives you at the start, making you wanting to purchase things and microtransactions so that the game returns to being novelty and flooding you with rewards. But if you decide not to buy anything, you will be condemned with slow and repetitive progression. Secondly, is the pay-to-win element. As I mentioned before, at least you pay, progression will be very slow. However, if you pay, you will be able to get rewards and advance at an amazingly fast speed through the game. In addition, they create exclusive items that you literally need to play for hundreds and hundreds of hours to obtain them, or you can just obtain them by spending a few dollars, therefore making you very likely to wanting to purchase. Why spend hundreds and hundreds of hours playing to obtain this item when I can just spend $5–10 to get it right now and boost my progression massively? In addition, the organizations are constantly releasing new exclusive content to the game, and they actually release content so fast that unless you spend all your day playing or spend some dollars, it will be impossible to keep up with all the features. In addition to this, they add limited time offers, and they flood the game with pop-ups saying how this magnificent offer, which is 10,000% value, will massively boost your progression. The thing is that these offers are never exclusive, and there is always more and more things to purchase. And even if you spend some money, there is always another thing, and another thing, and another thing. Therefore, they are attracting what is called whales, persons that are considered that doesn't care about spending thousands and thousands of dollars in the game just for progression. These tactics I just mentioned are for both single-player and multiplayer games. However, if we focus just on multiplayer games, we find even more strategies that make us want to purchase microtransactions. For example, one very common strategy is social pressure. Maybe because our friend has one item, or a skin, or a pro player has that item, or maybe our favorite influencer or the person we admire has that item, we will want to purchase that item so that we feel socially accepted. Like if by making a purchase we were better persons and we will become socially accepted. Also, multiplayer games play with our egos. Obviously, we always want to win, and winning a game gives us a sensation of pleasure and reward. So, at the start, these games will match us with people which are not very skilled, and we can get some easy wins. But as you start progressing through the game will put you through harder opponents that, unless you pay, they will be very difficult to defeat. But even if you pay, they will give you some easy wins, but then they will put you another again against harder opponents, creating a vicious cycle of purchasing, winning, losing again, and having the necessity to purchase again. And the worst part of all is that even though there are some games like Fortnite in which microtransactions doesn't give any advantage, skins can also be extremely addictive because of the elements of social pressure, because some players perceive that having a certain skin makes you pro. So even these games, which doesn't give any advantages for users who pay, can still get you out a lot of money because of these elements of social pressure and influencers. And the worst part of all, the worst technique in my opinion that these organizations use is loot boxes. They're basically using the concepts of gambling, this adrenaline, this dopamine we have. We don't know if we are going to lose or win, and apply it to video games. So now, most of the video games have become like gambling simulators. They are like casinos in some kind of way. They give us this expectation of wanting something and the chance, which greatly manipulates our mind for wanting us to purchase. Also, even if we don't get what we want, we'll be frustrated and we will spend money again. But if we get what we want, we will think, oh, how lucky, let me spend some more money and open another loot box. So creating another vicious cycle. In conclusion, there are many psychological tactics that organizations use in video games to make us buy microtransactions. I think that, well, this is okay to some extent. Basically, video games need some kind of monetization, but using all these psychological tactics, especially loot boxes and gambling, seems like too much. Instead of focusing in offering an experience, they focus in taking us away our money. So microtransactions, I think they are a good way to monetize your game, but they need to be done ethically and don't abuse these techniques. Offer a good experience even though the user purchases or not. If you like the video, like, subscribe, tell me your opinions about this topic in the comment section below, and peace out!